Hello everybody, my name is Khalid Siddiqui, and in this video I'm going to do a unboxing, review and tutorial on the DJI's brand new Action 2 camera. So this is basically the DJI version of GoPro, and it's supposed to be very nice, very compact, small, with a lot of capabilities. Okay, so let's get started and see what it has to offer. The unit comes in the package. This is the dual screen combo bundle, which you have a back facing screen on the camera and you have a front facing screen for selfies and self videography. So that's the one that I got, and yeah, so basically I'm going to it's coming with the software for to download on Apple device or Android device. And I'm going to open it, see what's inside. All right, let's get a knife. Okay. Let's see what we have. Okay, so we have the camera and the second screen. Let's see what this is. The manual with a very fine print. The quick start guide. And we have a quick safety guidelines. Let's see. Okay, let's see what's here. We have a USB-C cable. We have a very heavy metallic clamp-on holder. It has a clamp-on. Let me remove this so you can get a better look at this. That's this is how it clamps on. It clamps onto the camera, and then you can mount this just like a GoPro. You know, it actually appears to be the same size as GoPro. Okay, and this is how it clamps on. Let me show you this thing. So this clamps on like this. It already clamped on. It's magnetic, so it clamps on very rapidly. Okay. All right, let's see. This is the little camera, and of course the screen protector. Look at that. I mean, that thing is new. This is as new as they get. The back screen protector. These are expensive, like $500. This review is unbiased. I paid for it. It wasn't sent to me but from the factory or anything. This is a necklace holder, like a necklace type of holder. So let me see. You will put this here, and you set the camera here, like this. And you wear it like a necklace. Oh wait, yeah, this is. Yeah, so basically that's how you're gonna wear it, like a necklace. Now this appears to be upside down, because if you are wearing that necklace, this will be upside down. Let me see. Let me zoom in. So why would the camera be upside down with this? Let's see if it can mount this way. No, it has to go this way. It has to go upside down. But the camera, rotates the image 180 degrees, so doesn't really make a difference, because this will automatically rotate the image, just like your phone. Okay, now let's zoom back out and see what else we have. What else do we have? We have the front-facing screen. Okay, so if you consider this and this together, this is bigger than a GoPro. If you mount these together. Okay. This is a tripod mount with a ball head. Now the ball head does not have, let me show you. This ball head does not have tension control. It's already under a certain amount of tension, and you cannot adjust the tension to lower or lesser, pressure or resistance. So that's one thing I wasn't too impressed with. I'm not too impressed with. And what this is, I believe this is a magnetic holder. Let me see. Oh, this doesn't seem like magnetic. Let me check this puppy. So this is just a holder for this, so you could set this like this, so you could set it. That's all it is. That's the only thing I can think of to use that for. So the box is empty. There is nothing else in it. So now we will speak what we have. We only have one item, two item, three items, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's all that comes with this package. 8 items. So now we are doing a setup, configuring it with your phone and using it. All right, let's start. First thing we want to do is we want to see how much it weighs. Why does the weight matter? Because this is an action camera, and sometimes you might want to put it on your drone. You need to know how much the camera weighs, right? Okay, so this is currently, I'm gonna set it to let's see, I need to change the mode to ounces. So currently it's in ounces. So we have 4.2 ounce with the screen, and if you remove the screen, we have 1.985 ounces. This is important because of the requirements, legal requirements of your drone weight, how much the total weight has to be before you need to have a, you need to register it with the FAA. So that's why this is important to know. It's 1.98. So let's say 2 ounces. This weighs 2 ounces. This is an extremely sensitive scale. Extremely sensitive. I mean, you could put a business card and it will tip the scale. That's how sensitive the scale is. And in grams, let's go to grams. This is grams. In grams, let's zero this. 0. This is about 56.2 grams. With the display, it's going to be 120 grams, 119.4. So that is the weight. One of the drawbacks of this unit, as far as mounting it with your drone, is that this has magnet. When you have strong magnets, the drone compass will be going crazy. So it's not a very good idea to have strong magnets to such magnitude as this one close to your compass and your drone. So these are the things that you need to take in consideration. Now I'm going to remove this, and I'm only going to show you how to use this, and we go from there. All right. So to turn it on, you press this on the top. This is the barcode that you scan. Actually, it's a QR code. It's not a barcode. This is the QR code that will take you to the website where you can download the apps, and also you can download the manual, watch the manual, or and what have you. Okay, so that's what that is. Okay, so now we are linking the DJI Action to with a smartphone, or in my case, an iPhone. All right, so here's how we do it. First, you turn on your iPhone, and this is an iPhone 13, but it works with iPhone 12, 11, but it doesn't work with iPhone 6 or 7. So keep that in mind. Okay, I tried it and it didn't have any luck. Find your Wi-Fi, put this around, turn it on, and let's go to Wi-Fi. And right here in this Wi-Fi, we have to choose the DJI Wi-Fi. Okay, the DJI Wi-Fi is what we need to choose. That is our information which we need to enter here. So here it is. See that? It came there. I click, and now it's gonna ask me for password. Actually, I entered the password already, so I want to click on that. Okay, there it is. Now I go to the Mimo app, and it should recognize the camera. There it is, camera. Click on that. Okay, and we have a connection. Look at that. How simple is that? We have a connection. So watch the phone as I pick up the camera and point it to my face. There. So I am pointing the little camera to my face, and I can basically control everything in the camera with my phone. Everything. So I'm gonna set the camera down in a way so you can see the camera, and there, let me point it good. There you go. So now what I'm going to do, let me put it this way a little bit. I'm going to control it with my phone. So let's do this first so we get it right. If I want to record, I press this. So now the little camera is recording. Do you see the little light there blinking? It's recording because I pushed it here. I can stop it. And let's see. That tells me what it is at like 30 frames per second, 4K. You could go 60 frames per second or whatever, change this. It's very simple. You just do this. You slide and you go to whichever one you like. And currently you're at 4K. You could choose 4K 4:3. You could choose 1080p. All of those. So let's leave it at 4K. Remember, the higher the resolution, the harder the camera will work, and the more likely it will overheat. We all know that already. It has been proven that the camera overheats despite the release of the new firmware. I mean, people have done the firmware update and the camera still was overheating. So that's one thing that you need to keep in mind, that this camera is overheating. Okay. So let me put something under this so I could have a little bit of angle here. There you go. There, that's much better. Okay, so now currently this is set to automatic, but I can change the ISO. The max available ISO at the current setting is 6400, and this is how you change the ISO. Some settings will differ based on the frame rate and the resolution you have chosen. For example, the shutter speed will not be high enough if you choose 4K when for or the ISO or whatnot when you choose 1080p, because there are certain limitations. Okay, so that is my ISO. Currently it's on auto. If I want to change all of these settings manually, I have to first press manual. Now that I pressed manual, then I can change my my ISO automatic and everything else manual. You know, right now the ISO is at the highest rate. See, that's overexposed there. And now ISO max, and this one is shutter speed. This is the highest shutter speed is 1/8000th of a second. That is some serious shutter speed. 1/8000th of a second shutter speed is no joke. So keep that in mind. And now we will go to light level. Currently it's plus 1.03. Let's put that back to auto, and this is where you control that. So the responsiveness of this is not too impressive because it doesn't change with my hand. I believe I need to get the update. I'm gonna install the update and see why this isn't responding. Because when you are in fully manual, this should be in your control. It shouldn't be controlled by the camera. Okay. So right here we are having a message that says new firmware available. Tap to update. So why don't we do that? Let's update that. So now it's downloading. Let me zoom out so you can see the whole picture. Okay, so now it's downloading. Now this is a 5G phone, as you can see right here. You can see right there. It says 5G. So for this phone, it's nothing to download. It's like the network speed is very fast. However, even if you have a 5G, you have to make sure that your internet, your phone service provider, which is AT&T, T-Mobile, or whatever, Verizon, they have offered you unlimited data. Because then, if you don't, you could be paying an arm and a leg for the data, which you could have gotten for free using your regular internet Wi-Fi. So right now we are updating the firmware there on the camera. So this is the total firmware update file size. This is the current status of how much has been installed so far, and this is the progress update in the camera itself. All this is happening wirelessly. So basically I'm doing the firmware update with the phone, with a Mimo app, but it's being done wirelessly to the thing. So now it says done, as you can see. I'm gonna click done. This is reloaded. Now I'm gonna choose English and update in progress. Wait 2 minutes. Right now it's searching. Now it's updated. Right here it says updated and join. It's trying to join. Right here it's trying to join that network. Let me put this sideways. And voila, we have an updated. There, this is the little camera, and the firmware has been updated. Photo, video. Okay, so let's see if it will allow me to change this now. See, now it's much more responsive. See how it's much more responsive? Before it wouldn't let me. So although this is still not as responsive as I want it to be, but you could argue that the screen is not so responsive. So that is how you update, and basically this is how you do a videography. This is how you do photo. See the wide angle on that thing? Look at that wide angle. That is crazy. That is crazy wide angle. With video, it's not as wide, but still a good degree of, still a good degree. But when you go to photo, my goodness, it covers everything. The entire photo studio is covered, which is good. If you go to live stream, or you have to sign up for that, so forget that one. Forget that one. We don't want to get involved. Okay. A video, photo, quick clip, slow motion. Oh, with slow motion, wow, you have a better widescreen. Time lapse. Okay, so in order to upgrade the firmware of the selfie display, power supply, and micro SD card combo unit, you have to attach them, and then it will automatically update the firmware on that unit. So the update has been completed. This unit is updated, this is updated, and now this is like for selfie. Okay, so the unit was actually recording, and it's so hot. It's so hot to the touch. It's really hot. I don't know what DJI will do about this. And this is after the firmware upgrade. So anyways, the unit was recording, that's why I couldn't go to the settings. Now that I have stopped the recording, I can format the internal memory card if I choose, because I have this attached. Okay, now I'm going to remove this and concentrate on that unit only, because I don't want to create confusion here. Okay, I'm going to remove this. This is gone, and this will automatically turn off when you remove it. So that was our format. So we discussed that, we discussed this, and we discussed the format. Now we will discuss the settings. Voice control, you have to choose a language for voice control. Currently it's English. With voice control, you could tell it to record and stop recording. You have to have the voice control on to do that. Okay, so I just turned it on. Okay, now let's do that. Start recording. It's recording. The recording is ongoing. Now I'm going to stop it. Stop recording. So it stopped. Now if I want to turn off the voice control, I turn it off, and now it doesn't do it. Now the voice control can be in different languages. This is Chinese, this is English, and you could add more languages. These are the voice commands. Start recording, stop recording, take photo, and shut down. Basically 4 commands are currently installed. Future firmware upgrades may increase the number of commands. At the moment it's only 4 commands. Okay. Vibration notification. If there's a notification, the unit vibrates, you could turn it on or off. That's a no-brainer. On or off. That's it. This is a snapshot. You could say record, quick clip, hyperlapse, and what have you. You could pick which one you want. Alright, so let's see what else. Wireless connection. Wireless connection, I already did it, but this is the wireless info that you need, the password and the Wi-Fi name. This is wireless frequency, which you can choose 2.4 or 5 gigahertz, 5.8. Usually 2.4 has more compatibility than 5.8. Just keep that in mind. There's more likely that you will have a successful connection with 2.4. The range is higher, much higher range. Although the 5 gigahertz has higher speed. Okay. This is reset connection. Yes or no? No, I don't want to reset. It will disconnect with my camera, with my iPhone. So that is the wireless. Now video compression. You could choose it to be, HEVC compatible with H.264, or you could, choose whichever one is good for whatever program you're using to do post-production. You're using Final Cut, or you're using Adobe Adobe Premiere, or Camtasia, what have you. There's so many different programs. Sounds, on or off. This is off, this is on. And grid is only good if you want to have a guidance on the screen, so you have like little grids so you can align things on the picture. The grids will show on the screen, but it will not appear in photos or videos. Okay. Anti-flicker, you could choose auto 60 hertz or 50 hertz. Now this is something that I should explain a little more about, this anti-flicker, so you know. So what is anti-flicker? You know that the regular incandescent lights are those lights that have a filament. I mean, they are not fluorescent, they are not LED, they have a filament. Those incandescent lights are actually turning on and off either 50 times per second or 60 times per second, depending on the line frequency of your EC current in the country you reside. In most countries, it's 60 hertz. In some countries, it is 50 hertz. So the sheer fact that the lights are going on and off 60 times a second will create some kind of a flicker in your video if you choose the wrong settings. So the best is to choose auto. If the auto doesn't work good for you, then you choose the specific one for your specific criteria. This does not apply when you're shooting outdoor. This does not apply when you're shooting with LED lights or fluorescent lights. This is for incandescent lamps. Okay, now let's get back to the little camera. Now, auto stop record when the temperature increases. You could choose when the temperature is high, auto stop, or when the temperature is standard, auto stop. I choose high. Okay. This one is screen off when locked. It's like sleep mode. Do you want the screen to be off when it's locked? You click this. It will turn off. If you don't, it will not. Okay, screen off when record. Do you want the screen to go off when you're recording? If you want, you could say, turn it off in 30 seconds, 1 minute, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, never. Okay? If you choose never, the battery is gonna die faster, the unit will overheat faster. So everything has a positive and a negative. Keep that in mind. The LED on or off. The LED, record LED. This, you want it on or off. See, right now it's on. Let me turn it off. LED is off. No more LED. So this is off is good if you want to hide the camera for like spy videography or photography. Of if you want to spy on your kid to make sure they're not fighting when you're gone, then of course you want to turn the LED off. Detection of macro lens. Do you want it to detect, or you don't want it to detect? So turn it on and off. Continuous last live stream. Do you want the live stream to go on continuously? This is what you're gonna choose. You have to have a live stream info entered. For live stream, you have to have your either social media account connected to it, or Facebook, or YouTube. You have to have something to do live streaming. Language, of course, you just choose your language, which language you want. There's multiple languages. Okay. This is to factory reset. You click on it, it will tell you, are you sure you want to do it? Confirm or no. I don't want to factory reset it. This is device info. It tells you about the device name, the serial number, the firmware version, and all the other good stuff. So that's that. This is compliance info, compliance with the laws and regulations. So that's that. And these were settings. And you think we're done? No, my friend, we're not done. You slide it to the left, and now you have more settings. This is Pro version. When Pro is off, this is off. When Pro is on, this turns yellow. Okay, so leave it on. Pro will give you more options. When you have Pro, you have more settings, customization option, like such as aperture, speed, and all that. You have more. So leave the Pro off. I don't know why would somebody turn off the Pro. I don't know why would, if somebody, maybe they just want to point and shoot easy. Okay, so voice control, voice control off, voice control on. Now the same voice control on and off was also here, if you remember, when we went here. This is voice control on and off. So it's basically another way for that. This is rotation. When you do this, you want it to rotate. Rotation lock on, rotation lock off. This is the brightness. It's at 100%. Let's see, how do you, there, 2%, 100%, there. Anyway, so that's what it is, rotation, okay? I mean brightness. Okay, so that is all that. Now, we close this. Now we are back in here. And from here, this is our battery right here, the battery icon. Let's say 61%. This is our optics zoom. This is our speed. Like if you scroll this way, you can play back the recorded footage. Now I only recorded darkness, so that's all I have. But if you scroll from the bottom up, that's when you have all these settings. This is your resolution. 2K at 16.9 at 30 frames. 2.7K. 4K. Okay, so there is 4K 16:9. Let's see what frame rate I get. 4K 16:9 at 120 frames per second. This setting, my friends, is asking for the camera to overheat. This is such a large amount of workload on a camera this size, which has no vents to dissipate heat. So you need to be fair. You need to be fair with the camera and treat it. You can't just overload it with so much processing load, you know. So I recommend, 4K at 60. If you want natural blur, go 4K at 30. You have natural blur. Actually, 25 gives you more natural blur for cinematography. Okay, so let's go for 230 for right now. And that is the current settings. Okay. Now, if I were, let me show you something. If I were not in Pro, okay, Pro is off right now, and I want to change my settings, I have all the good stuff. But if I go to, let's see, hold on a second. If I go to these settings, look what I have, right? But if I go to Pro, I have a lot more settings. I have exposure, I have white balance, I have color. So that's why, like I said earlier, I don't know why would anybody turn off the Pro. It's beyond me. Why would anybody do that? Don't do it. Okay, so let's see. Video, photo, quick clip, and slow motion, and time lapse. Those are the settings that you can achieve from this camera. And yeah, it's a nice little camera. Basically, these were basic settings that I showed you, and this is the actual, the button. These are the, different types of time lapse settings. Let me exit from the time lapse and go to regular video. There you go. So yeah, that's what it is. And to turn it off, you press and hold down. Press and hold down. And there you go. The unit is off. So this is your new DJI Action 2. I hope this video was educational. If you have any questions, please write in the comment sections. If you need me to make a specific video on a specific feature, please let me know. All right. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. Please make sure to like and subscribe.